Hello and welcome to B2B Topics and Tips, bringing you the latest buzz about small business topics, tips, and expert interviews. Watch live or watch later. Drop any questions or thoughts in the comments, and if watching later, feel free to use hashtag replay. Hi, I'm Melissa St. Clair, Communications and Standard Operating Procedure Specialist at Paper Chaser Biz LLC, a certified military spouse-owned enterprise. And what are we talking about today? Well, today's B2B topic is the struggle is real. So the Urban Dictionary defines that phrase as an ironic saying often used in place of saying first world problems. So it really has been acknowledged the struggle is real. I looked up synonyms for struggle and found some interesting ones. Turmoil, grapple, pain, work, undertaking. The topic is fresh on my mind as it was a theme for my talk with the owners of Lady Powerhouse and the ODAA VA, that's the Other Duties as Assigned VA, on their new podcast, Fempreneur True Confessions. They went with a theme of struggle because they are keeping it real. And a lot of people don't talk about their struggles because we all want to celebrate our successes. So I'm going to do a quick recap of the 3 areas that we discussed about struggle. So for me, early on, the struggle was to be an employee or an entrepreneur. As a military spouse, I wanted to thrive professionally alongside my active duty service member and wanted to be gainfully employed and knew that being married to a service member meant moving, and people weren't really working from home when I started in the workplace. And so I was able to move from employee to entrepreneur when I learned about the virtual assistant industry. It has been an ideal portable career for me, and I love what I'm doing. I love the folks that I work with, and I love the network that I have built along the way. So that was the first struggle. Figuring out how to remain gainfully employed with a consistent income and something that was offering freedom and flexibility to move with me as we moved around on different military orders. So the second struggle was the struggle around entrepreneurship and business ownership. What do I struggle with on the day-to-day? So I struggled with video and video editing. I bought a video program and video editing program. It is just not in my wheelhouse, and that lack of skill was holding me back from doing things like this, B2B. I had my aha moment. There is someone in my network that does video editing, and she is awesome. So she does the polish to these videos before we post them up on YouTube, and I really appreciate her expertise. So that was the biggest struggle in moving my business forward in projects that I wanted to do surrounding video. And then the third struggle that we talked about was the springboard for my new venture, White Girl Advocacy. So I was struggling with feeling powerless as a citizen, standing by and watching all of the harm being done to BIPOC, so Black, Indigenous, people of color. And not knowing what to do about it or being able to do something about it. So I was introduced to a conflict resolution strategist and began courses on learning more about racism and systemic racism, which I wasn't taught in school. So that pathway started back in 2020, and it is continuing today and growing, and has grown into a whole new venture, White Girl Advocacy. So if you want to check that out, whitegirladvocacy.com, building a community of advocates for social justice and lifelong learners. So those are three areas that we talked about, struggles for me personally and professionally. So I'm going to wrap it up with that. I'm going to share this quote that I saw, and it's an unattributed quote. If you're struggling, that means you're progressing. So I encourage you, keep going. Again, check out my new venture at whitegirladvocacy.com. While you're there, take the quiz, opt into the future White Girl Advocacy newsletter. I will drop that link in the comments. Thanks for watching.